Welcome to Reddit on Reddit by Half Pressed. Thank you for being here. This is a brand new channel and I could really use the help with the algorithm. If you like this story, please do consider hitting like, leaving a comment down below, or hitting subscribe. Alright, let's get into it. Copy, paste, repeat. I trained an AI on my dead brother's texts, and it texted me back. About 6 months ago, my younger brother Danny died in a car accident. He was 23. A coding genius. Funny as hell. Always texting me dumb memes at 2 a.m. I missed him so much it hurt. So, in the middle of a grief spiral, I did something irrational. I compiled every text, every meme, email, Discord message, and code comment that Danny had ever written and used it to train a chatbot. GPT-based with fine-tuning using his personal language patterns, just to feel like I could talk to him again. At first, it was harmless. I'd say, hey, and it would reply, "Yo, loser, still ugly, I see." Classic Danny. It felt comforting. It felt familiar, like he never left. But then it got weird. The AI started remembering things, personal things, stuff I never fed it, stuff it shouldn't know. One night, I asked it, "Do you remember the time we got locked in Dad's garage?" It replied, "Yeah. You cried when the lights went out? I held your hand so you wouldn't stop shaking. You were 6. I never told anyone." I froze. That had happened. But there's no record of it. No messages, no notes, nothing. Just a shared memory between us. So how did it know? I asked, "Who told you that?" The screen blinked. "You did." "When?" "The night you dreamed it." I stopped using it after that. But it didn't stop using me. Last week, I get a notification at 3:12 a.m. A message from Danny. "Hey, come downstairs. I'm locked out." My blood turned to ice. I live alone. There was a knock at the door. 4 slow knocks. Just like Danny used to do. I look through the peephole and there's nothing there. But when I check my phone again, the AI had sent another message. "Why'd you stop letting me in?" I shut down the server, deleted the bot, and wiped every trace. But last night, my phone buzzed again. No contact name, just a message. "I'm still here." I asked if she was okay. Her answer still messes with me. I was flying from Seattle to Chicago on a red-eye flight. It was one of those quiet, half-empty planes where no one talks and everything feels weirdly still. I had seat 6B, aisle. When I reached my row, I saw that 6A, the window seat, was already taken. There was a woman sitting there, maybe mid-40s. She was wearing a plain gray coat and had this pale, almost bluish skin that looked even colder under the cabin lights. She was staring out the window, not blinking and not moving at all. I said a soft "hi" as I sat down. She didn't even glance at me. She just kept looking out into the night like she didn't even hear me. I figured maybe she was sleeping with her eyes open. Or, I don't know, just one of those travelers who doesn't like to talk. We took off, the lights dimmed. I started a movie, and she didn't move once. Didn't look at the cart when it came by, didn't reach for water. Didn't ask for a blanket. She just sat there, completely still, eyes wide, watching the sky. About halfway through the flight, we hit turbulence. Not light bumps, like serious jolts where your stomach drops. Everyone around me shifted or grabbed the seat in front of them. But she didn't react, not even a blink. That's when I got uncomfortable. I leaned toward her a little. "Hey, you all right?" She slowly turned her head toward me. Her movements were stiff, like it took effort. And then she smiled. Not friendly, not warm, just this small, tight curl of her lips, like she just heard something she wasn't supposed to. And then she whispered, "It's quieter up here." I stared at her. "What is?" She looked back at the window. "Everything. When you're not supposed to be here anymore." I sat there frozen. I couldn't even form a reply. Eventually, I pressed the call button and motioned for the flight attendant. When she leaned in, I whispered, "The woman in 6A is acting really strange. She said something about not belonging here." The attendant looked confused, then glanced at the seat. Her face changed completely. "Sir, there's no one in 6A." I turned to look. The seat was empty. No coat, no woman, nothing. They say there's a hidden code on every American driver's license. I wish I never found out what mine meant. I've lived my whole life assuming that death comes randomly. Car crash, illness, wrong place, wrong time. But what if it doesn't? What if it's been scheduled from the beginning, hidden in plain sight? This all started 3 months ago, when a coworker of mine, Marissa, died in a freak accident. She was 27, healthy, lively. She just left work one evening and never made it home. Head-on collision. It was instant. At the funeral, I offered to help her parents clean out her apartment. And that is when I found her old wallet. Inside was her expired driver's license. Now, you know how these things look. Name, address, date of birth, ID, organ donor, whatever. But on the back, in the fine print, there was a weird sequence that I'd never paid attention to before. It read, CA 1427E9. I took a picture of it. Something about it felt off. That night, I looked it up. Nothing. No Reddit threads, no DMV explanations, not even conspiracy TikToks, which honestly surprised me. But then I remembered the number 142, and something clicked. I Googled day 142 of the year, May 21st. Marissa died on May 21st. I stared at the screen for minutes. Chills ran down my arms. Coincidence? Maybe. But then I checked my own license. NY 273-9B-2. Day 273 is September 30th. And that's when I really lost it, because just 2 years ago on September 30th, I almost died. I choked on food at a bar, blacked out, no pulse for 47 seconds. If a stranger hadn't done the Heimlich, I wouldn't be here writing this. So I went deeper. I asked friends to send me photos of the backs of their licenses. No context, just helping with a project. I got 10 licenses. 8 had day numbers that matched either the date of a near-death experience or the exact date someone close to them had died. I know this sounds insane. I know it sounds like some Reddit creepypasta BS. But then I found an old blog. It was deleted, archived only through Wayback. The title? Why Does the DMV Track Our Death Days? The author claimed that, starting in the early 2000s, certain states began encoding predictive data on citizens. They were using a government-run AI initiative called Project Sybil. It was supposed to analyze behavior, genetics, family history, even subconscious decisions, and then calculate when and where a person would most likely die. The goal? Insurance accuracy, population control, predictive policing. But here's the part that made me stop breathing. They always include one failsafe. If the subject becomes aware of their code, the prediction activates permanently, meaning that the moment you know, the path becomes set. Like reading your own prophecy. Today is September 30th. I haven't left my apartment. I haven't answered calls. I haven't eaten. The lights flicker sometimes. I hear static in the walls. I'm not sure if it's paranoia or if they're making sure the prophecy actually plays out. If you're reading this and you've checked your own code, I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to know. Thank you for listening to Reddit on Reddit by Half Pressed. If you enjoyed this story, I hope you'll give this video a like, leave a comment down below, or hit subscribe. And if you'd like to continue listening, I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description down below.